Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I am doing another VOD review. This is for Venus. Essentially, this is a quick play match, okay? I just want to kind of like put something out there just before I start. I do prefer if it is a comp match. The reason is because you can't really kind of look at kind of like the overall skill range of the match and stuff like that, because obviously it is quick play and also people don't really tend to take it as seriously. So if you do come to me with a VOD, I would recommend if you can do it with with a comp match, but obviously I'm more than welcome to do a quick play one. It's just I would prefer comp. But Venus is about like masters level. It's also because you can't really see the average skill level of like the entire lobby, because obviously quick play you can be chucked in with people from like gold, silver, if you're like, you know, like GM level and stuff like that. You know, there's no real like skill range compared to like if there is in comp. But go have a look at Venus's gameplay anyways, because they did say that a few people were like being quite mean to them basically in this game, like trashing them. So Venus wanted my opinions either way on kind of like how they play. They're on PlayStation as well. Just a little bit of addition. And we also have the Infinite Sphere skin on. I really like the skin. I hardly see anyone using it, and I think it's so cute. Once again, you guys can get your own VOD reviews, leave for 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. So you obviously, you know, you guys can come along, get the channel points completely for free, can have a look at my gameplay and stuff like that as well while we're there. And obviously I do the VODs on Mondays. But yeah, so we'll get started with the VOD. Looking at our team, we have ourselves a Lifeweaver, Bull, Genji, and Soldier. I think a really good comp for Mercy, because obviously we can just go around and just damage boost our Soldier and help him out. But at the same time as well, we obviously can leave Lifeweaver to heal up Bull. Obviously he has the pull as well in case Bull goes in a little bit deeper stuff, which is really, really handy for us. But yeah, so we're just going to end up seeing what we're doing here. Obviously we see that Genji's already gone in. Nice rotation. My only thing is your positioning right now. Right now, you are positioning yourself completely in LOS of these guys. You either want to be here or you want to be here. I liked your rotation. Do not get me wrong, though. The rotation was good, like, coming out. But once you made that rotation, stay in that safety, because right now you're, like, in the LOS of these guys, basically. But it's a nice damage boost onto Genji, which is really, really great. Needs help at Bull here. We need to heal Bull there a little bit more. Like, I know obviously that you're looking back at like your team and stuff like that here, but we should have a look at our like Bull's health. I'll rewind it so you can see. I know we have this Lifeweaver, and I know Lifeweaver does a lot of healing, but at the same time we also do need to be looking out for our tank just in case, right? So obviously he's like, you know, shooting everything. This is complementing you helping your Genji right now, because obviously Lifeweaver's healing him. Lovely damage boost and everything onto your Genji. It's this point now, okay? Can you see how the Bull has gone in and everyone's like still there and stuff like that? We needed to put our beam. We now needed to walk forward slightly, like play here, and quickly put your beam onto the Bull so he's able to roll out, so then Lifeweaver can like help him and stuff like that. I feel as though this is also kind of your Lifeweaver's fault for not pulling the life grip on him. I feel as though this should have been like a life grip moment. Just didn't end up happening, but it's what it is. We back out because obviously they started pushing forward quite a lot. Remember, we need to keep our eyes on our Genji while we're doing this. So obviously it's a nice rotation and all, do not get me wrong, but make sure while you're making this rotation that we're still looking to see where our Genji is, on the just in case. So we see Ryan. We need to make sure that our movements through doorways are a little bit smoother, by the way, so we don't like keep on getting caught out. Obviously we do end up kind of falling a little bit here. I'd back out a little bit more here. Nice. I'd make this more of a bit of like a slingshot out to play like behind this wall or something here, or like play down here by these stairs or something, just because you going up here is going to put you in LOS of all these guys and stuff. So I like the rotation, do not get me wrong, but just make sure it's still using that cover and coming back around here, okay? Because then we could have avoided being covered in the stickies, and then we had GA'd into a fire strike. The fire strike is really unlucky, I will say, but I would have definitely GA'd and then played down near the stairs, basically.
My skills are still needed.
It's fine, we'll go back in. So the unfortunate walk while your team are currently in a fight, you're just like stood there like, oh my god, like please, please nobody die, like please. Nice, obviously with Jade in. I wouldn't do a backwards J here because you don't need to backwards J here, like you don't need to go backwards. I would just do a cancel GA and then just like play with your soldier or something here. Like come like maybe like GA and then like slingshot it over to here, or just do like a little like bunny hop or something over to here, just because you distancing yourself so much here when you don't need to means that if say the Reinhardt decides to come onto like any of these guys, you're not there ready to help, whereas if you did like a bunny hop over to here, you have that cover from the Rhine and you're also there to still help out with these guys. We'll keep going. Nice heals onto Genji. Nice. Obviously I don't like how you're walking out into the LOS again, okay? You know they have this window up that's in this alleyway and stuff, we actually want to be cutting the LOS of this as much as possible. So let me quickly rewind it back to show you. Because we end up kind of like just walking into it, okay? I feel as though we've done this a few times now where we end up kind of like just walking into the LOS and stuff. And we need to be really cautious with warrior position, alright? So we do the backwards GA, which obviously I talked about. Helping Genji, which is completely fine. Right. We see the window goes up and we've rotated this side. This means now we should just hug this wall like this and help any of these guys. We cannot go in to go and help Ball unless if he comes like really out like here, because obviously we don't want to get ourselves picked off by the window. It's best just to completely call the LOS and just play like completely out of the way, because what ends up happening is you end up kind of just randomly wandering in, and then obviously this triggers the Ryan pick, because obviously he sees you like wandering like in like this, and he could very much pin any of you guys, right? Compared to if you decided to keep to the wall, played around here, it means that he can only get one of these two. Okay, so you can play really off to the side here, and you don't have that, you know, you don't end up taking the extra damage from the pin or anything. See, nice heals onto Ball. Can't do anything there. I realized I haven't actually capped it yet. Yeah, you just need to back away. Ooh. I wouldn't challenge this just purely because, what's it called? You're not going to kill this Brig here whatsoever. I would essentially just keep backing off probably, because you're more decided to fade onto point with whoever else is like with her and stuff like that. Like, you cannot get to her safely because obviously you end up obviously in LOS of like the Brig and stuff like that. Sure, it's okay, like, you know, you can kind of like work down her shield and stuff like that. Just make sure you play at a distance. But also, this isn't really going to get you anything done right now. You just need to keep playing at that distance. Nice, and as soon as Genji's here, goes back to damage boosting. Very, very nice. Nice, really good clear up of her, because she ends up like overextended a tiny bit. Nice heals. As soon as you've kind of like healed up the Ball though, make sure you get your beam straight onto the Genji like as soon as you can, just because he's obviously your better blue beam target. Nice GA away. Wait a second. We need to help Ball though. Okay. Like, I know that what's it called? I know that you want to get to this Genji. However, you can use this Ball to get to the Genji. Okay. You know how you like stood here? You're like waiting for your J cooldown to come back on. Use the Ball, because obviously the Ball like rolls through here, right? Use the Ball to allow you to get some of that HP up, because obviously he's going to roll back to Moira, right? Allow him to have that safe exit by using that, because right now your Genji's really like, you know, he's completely fine. He's quite full HP, okay? And then what you can do is you can then flick yourself up onto this kind of like roofy bit here, and then you can like connect your beam on. Play like sliding along this roof for like a second while your beam's still connected, and then go to GA and like play with him somewhere else, okay? Because right now your Ball could very much get picked off while he's trying to rotate out there, and you want to try and keep him alive. When you're up on this high ground, I like that you're using it obviously to stay away, like stay off the point, but try to jiggle peek this wall. The reason is because in comp, right, what's going to happen is these guys are just going to directly look for you rather than look at the Genji. So they're just going to look up to you and see you completely out in this open, especially the BAP and stuff like that. So I think definitely play off to one of these sides and just be jiggle peeking him like this. Don't be going in. Like, don't be like stood out here, making yourself like a target basically. Use your cover. Let me rewind it because I don't really understand the Valk here, but I think it's because I paused it a little bit too much. So we talked about obviously damage from Genji there. We talked about this rotation and about Ball. So what ends up happening? So with our Genji,
heroes never die.
We do not use the Valk here. Okay? Because right now, all we're doing is we're helping our Genji, which we can do by playing round here. We can still play our cover, play around here, because you popping your Valk, apart from the tiny bit of extra heals for your Genji, is going to do nothing for him. And to be honest, I don't think he needs the heals right now to keep him up. I would rather you waited a second or two, like, for your team to re-engage, because obviously the Ball's gone away to go and get the heals from Moira and stuff. I would wait for your entire team to be ready and, you know, to engage in before you pop this Valk, because right now you are popping it for, like, no reason. Because I feel as though you're panicking, like, oh my gosh, it's Genji, right? Calm yourself, think to yourself, okay, am I still in beam range of this Genji? Yes. So you can just stay with him and stay in LOS and stay in beam range of him, right? Because then we just end up, like, obviously use it to contest, but bearing in mind as well, you don't have the objective right now. So once again, it's, I wouldn't really mind it if you were, like, stalling it out because you still had the point. You don't have the point as well, okay? So there is absolutely no need. I would pop it more around this kind of time. Nice damage boost on the visor though, really, really nice. Just leave the torp turret till the end. Like, right now, the torp turret isn't really harming anyone because everyone's rotated the point. And you know certain points of the point are going to be fine because the hammer mines are here, right? Hammer mines great. Like, even though it's not, like, a physical, like, shield barrier, like a DM or something like that, it is, like, definitely, like, still great for you to, like, GA out and then, like, you know, it provides you with such good cover because nobody can come and attack you around here because of the binds and stuff. So I think in this kind of fight, hold off on your Valk to see whether you need it because you kind of, like, just pop it as soon as it comes online, right? Hold off for a second, think to yourself, okay, my Genji's still in LOS with me, I can still play with him, and then if obviously things start to get a little real hectic, then you could pop the Valk if you need to, okay? And then obviously with this torp turret, right, you don't need to be up here with this torp turret, you can just flick yourself down here. I was getting yelled at the moment, so I was pretty out of it, but I mind my LOS and Valkyrie, yeah. He's going cap here. Can't do anything from Moira. You can res that. Very nice. Love how you positioned us on that res. Really, really nice. Damage boost here. I love your, obviously, he like whips your Moira and stuff, but definitely push up with these guys right now, just so you can get in that extra bit of damage boost and extra, like, be able to stag, like, you know, maybe get a stagger and stuff like that. Obviously, you had to back out because we don't have our res or anything, because we just used it, which is, you know, really nice of you. Instead of blue beaming or like playing with your ball right now, I would recommend being still with your Genji and just once again flick yourself up onto this high ground like this, okay? Because you super jumping yourself up here is actually making you more of a threat than you being around here. Plus, it's also increasing your GA cooldown. Remember, as the great Neandra says, use super jump to position instead of use super jump to reposition rather than your positioning. In case anyone doesn't understand this, right, it is so much better if you'll use your super jumps or your angle GAs to get yourself a good piece of natural cover that protects you from people rather than use your positioning to get up and just into the air. Because what's safer, you being up in the air like this or you coming around and playing behind this cover? Okay, it's the cover, isn't it? So I think what we need to do here is realize, okay, Genji's still our main blue beam target. Right now, Ball's just rolling about randomly and stuff like that. He's not, you know, rolling into people. He's not really, like, targeting someone right now. So you can just leave him alone and let him do his, like, little hamster things, I guess. But you can essentially just stay with your team here. Stay with your Genji and just play, like, around with this cover, basically. Alright? I would damage boost him there. Ooh, okay. We notice a GA in, okay? We'll prioritize natural cover, 100%, do it. Natural cover is your best friend. Like, it's always going to be there for you every single time on the same map, you know? It's like that one loyal friend that you always have, right? Anyway, so obviously we talked about Genji here and obviously using our position and everything. See, this is a fine time for you to be with Ball, is when he slams down and starts shooting at people. However, you don't want to be heading this way like you do, okay? Because you heading this way is making yourself a target, because obviously the Ball has great movement. The Ball's just going to roll away at this point, okay? Because obviously he's lost a bit of HP. You just, literally, all you need to do is just sit here and damage boost him as he does his little slam, and then go straight back to being under, or like going to play with like, your Genji, come back up here and stuff like that. You GAing yourself across across these guys like this to go down here is the reason why you end up getting killed, because you end up making yourself a target. You like kind of like show your enemies like, hey, look at me, and you like kind of like fly across, right? Definitely just play your cover, play down here still, and you don't need to be like going in here at all. We could have definitely done a backwards GA or like just ended back with our team, but it's fine. It's all good. I feel as though your main thing at the moment, Venus, is definitely your cover usage. Like I feel as though we're kind of like just randomly GAing about, basically, instead of like using our GAs with purpose, okay? When you GA, you need to be making sure that where you're going to is going to be a safe spot, and you're not just randomly just GAing to another spot, okay? If the spot you're in is safe, then obviously stay in there and everything. Shoot that Ryan, shoot that Ryan. Nice how you didn't res up, because you saw the break. I would definitely though, because obviously I don't, because you don't know where this brig's gonna hang around like this res, okay? I like how you ignore it, because obviously you see the brig and everything, and you just kind of like come back. So just as you're kind of going to your ball, I would still be kind of flicking back just to check if the brig's just completely gone past and go straight into the point. Because if brig just decides, oh, I'm just gonna walk straight past it and go down onto the point, you can definitely res your soldier here who nearly has visor. Now, obviously, we do end up ignoring him because obviously we saw the brig, and it's fair enough. Nice heals, obviously, onto the ball. Same thing again. Okay, we don't need to be contesting here, right? Ball is contesting, and ball is enough to be able to contest this point with these guys. You just sit here and look pretty and heal him. Unless if obviously they start spamming you out, in which case you can use your movements to either move yourself to like one of these other kind of peaking points and stuff. But it's like the same thing. You're making yourself a target here by jaying into them when you don't need to. Ball's contesting. Let him do his little thing. You play off to the side and you help and try and heal him up for the stall, okay? See, ball ends up dying. Nice. Use your... Nice, okay. I like these little super jumps about, obviously, to avoid, obviously, you know, like, keep stall and everything. But as you're doing this, try to do it so you're getting out of LOS of these guys. So, like, jay yourself up onto here, but then kind of, like, fly yourself down. And then just make yourself really unpredictable to hit rather than just fly up, stand up here, fly up, stand up here, right? Make it a little bit more, like, you know, like, people can't really see where you are. And like know where you're gonna be. Obviously, Moira's back now. I'm hoping you're gonna realize this. Moira ends up dying, and yeah, you end up dying to the torp turret. So we needed to kind of realize, obviously, our Moira was back. So be sure while you're also doing these stalls and stuff like that, we're looking around for potential escape routes or potential teammates to go to. Because what we could have done is, as soon as we've seen the Moira, we could have flicked out like to like one of these areas and stuff, played our cover here and kept the Moira up again, and then go back on. Okay. We're gonna head back. See, nice damage onto Moira. Nice. Okay, just a quick tip with males, because I feel as though you were very kind of like tunnel vision onto it. I'm just gonna head back and tell you what I mean. So with males, a lot of the time, whoever gets caught in the males is most likely going to die, especially when it's a squishy and stuff, especially when people are weak. Okay, so male gets pulled, right? You have to evaluate the situation and think, okay, who is in the male right now? Oh, it's my ball, and my ball's quite weak, and my Moira is also near me who could help the ball, okay? At this point, you now actually need to focus your attention onto your Echo and on your soldier, to allow yourself to quickly eliminate this Mei and this Reinhardt before they can take out your ball. Because if you just stand here with your heal beam on your ball and these guys fully go at your ball, he's just dead. And then obviously they'll start rolling over obviously your DPS and stuff like that, and you don't have a tank. It's better if you stand here, you damage boost these guys, get these guys weak, and then if ball does die, you can just res it after you clear them. So it's better if you focus your damage boost onto these guys before, obviously, what's it called, helping your ball out here. Because you're very kind of like tunnel visioned onto like helping him when you don't need to be. You could actually just be stood here like damage boosting your Echo and your soldier. But it's obviously you do it capping it, which is really, really great. And then we have the unfortunate thing with the replay viewer where I can't see where the next point is. So I just have to kind of like look at the vague direction that people go in. I really hope that they update it so we can see. I'm guessing it's this point. So yeah, so as we're doing this, right, as we're rotating in, we have to think to ourselves, okay, where can the attackers attack us from, okay? You know how it shows where, like, the enemy spawn is and stuff like that? Really take attention with where that is. So when you come into this point, you make sure that you're, like, on this side of the point, for example. So we're not, like, directly in LOS of the guys that have just respawned and stuff. It basically means that as you're coming out, you're not just going to be, you know, in this, like, LOS of, like, someone that's just randomly come back, basically. So definitely, as you're coming in, make sure you're, you know where the attackers are going to be coming from.
Thank you. Thanks.
But it is obviously we're rotating around. Just once again, as we're kind of like waiting, use your cover. We don't need to help Ball there because Ball's nearly full HP. Wait for him to roll to you. Never ever go chasing around after a Ball because it will always end up with you dying. So as Echo flies up here, whenever Echo uses his flies, she always wants to go for stickies. It's very, very rare that an Echo will like fly up and just be using her primary fire, okay? When Echoes fly up, they are looking for targets and they're looking to sticky people, and if she gets them, then she'll glide in and use her focus beam to absolutely annihilate them, okay? When Echoes do this, you want to be with them, okay? It's absolutely fine, you know, you stay with your soldier and stuff like that, especially when your Echo isn't being aggressive, especially because Soldier's more of like a mid-range hero compared to Echo, who's very kind of like, more of like towards the closer end of the spectrum. Especially when she's using her stickies and focus beam. So as Echo goes up, we go and damage boost the Echo. Echo can then go in with the focus beam and damage the sticky bombs. Maybe say go for this brig. We can follow up and go with that damage. Okay, I'm gonna see what you end up doing though. Obviously, we end up kind of missing that. Completely fine that you end up backing off though, because obviously, you know, you don't want to GA yourself in because the BAP's just going to attack you from behind. Really, really great. Nice. So we're playing our distance, which is completely fine. That should have been a straight GA to Echo, but it's alright. Okay, as we're playing around here, do you see how much of an issue it is right now that you're not playing your cover? Two, random shots and a Rhyme Fire Strike is just going to kill you here. You know, it happened earlier, right? So whenever we're playing, okay, look to see where they're attacking from and readjust accordingly. Play around here, play around here. I think you've seen your Moira get attacked here, so it's essentially, I'm hoping that you see this in a second. You go to go and peel for her. So she's faded. Okay. I'm gonna let this play out. Okay, we're gonna pause it because you end up getting pinned. Okay. I like how you want to peel for Moira. This is really good initiative by you to go and help and peel for her. This is really, really great. However, as soon as you see her fade away, leave her. She is like her own problem, okay? So, she fades away. Okay, I can't do anything about it. Can I go and help her? No. Is she out of danger? Yes. So she's going to survive this no matter what. She's going to be completely fine. Plus, she's distracting this May, okay? Let her be. Leave her to do her thing. You know how to think to yourself in your head. I can't abandon my team right now because I'm the only support. So you were let's say you're in my kind of shoes, right? So we're playing round this cover. You see the window pop up. Oh my gosh, window, right? At this point, we have to keep on playing our cover like this, and we hope that our team back away from the window and like play some like better cover for us. Right now, you essentially just have to sit here with your soldier and just hope and pray, okay? Because you're GAing into like a near window. I like this obviously GA to Echo, but this should have been once again a flick, like, you know, like a slingshot to get yourself around. Bunny hops are great, do not get me wrong. However, it is not quick enough in this scenario. You need a quick slingshot because you're going to be caught out in front of this window. And obviously, like, it's not actually the window that ends up killing you, it's actually the Rhine, ironically, because obviously it just comes and pins you. But this should have just been a slingshot around to the side here, and then we can just GA block the window like around here, and just play with your Echo around here, because obviously your Echo's wanted to be aggressive compared to the soldier that's, you know, decided to go and attack the May for some reason. I don't know. Like, but essentially you should just stick it out here and play with your Echo here, because then it obviously prevents you from being pinned and everything. But it's fine. I'll see obviously how your team end up doing in a sec. It feels like your ball's gonna die in a sec, unless if he goes back to the Moira. Obviously, Echo ends up falling. It's mainly just your cover, Venus, to be honest. Like, it's like you're not using your cover to begin with, which I see a lot of people go from nice cover to then just like randomly spamming about and stuff like that. With you, it's actually we don't start off in the cover. We need to be starting off in that cover and make sure that we are safe before we think about GAing, because it's been twice now where we've GA'd for, you know, where we didn't need to GA. Nice peel, by the way, for your ball. Really, really great. Just same thing again. I like how you go to peel for your ball. However, we need to do it by coming over to here so we can create that distance from the May. Because obviously we don't want to be frozen by her. We want to be in kind of like icicle range rather than like, I don't know, freezy blaster gun range. Because that's her range. That's really long. Anyways, you essentially just want to be like playing like as far away. So I like your peel for the ball. Do not get me wrong. This is great. However, same thing as I was saying before. We need to create that distance and play our cover. Okay? So we don't end up, you know, taking that damage. When ball slams down, make sure we're clicking on the damage boost. Nice how we switched to Echo now, though. Same thing again, right? We're currently safe right now, and the only reason why we're J'ing in is to help the ball. Okay, cool. Do a backwards J in and out to help him, and then go back to play with your Echo. It's the same thing again, where we're randomly J'ing into the LOS of the enemies, right? Literally just stay back here, and just play back here, and just, like, play with the Echo, okay? And it's the same thing with the Valk as well. It feels like we've popped... Let me see. Did you just get it? Oh, no, you already had it. I feel as though once again we pop the Valk because we panic. Whereas if we have better positioning, we don't need to. So obviously we talked about this. Right. We know at this very moment in time that we only have BAP and May left, okay? So all you need to do here is essentially damage boost this ball slam and just damage boost him to, you know, clear out one of these two basically, or damage boost your Echo. You do not need to Valk here. This is a 4v2. Your team will very, very comfortably win this, okay? Like, there's no kind of like, oh, because my team might, you know, lose it and stuff like that. BAP's used Lamb, May's just used both of her cooldowns. And it feels like we just pop it because we get in a bad spot and we start panicking, okay? I think definitely we don't need it here, and we could have prevented using this Valk and saved it for the next fight. Like how you're not healing Ball here, you're letting Moira. Really, really good to obviously, you know, try and let your team have obviously support will charge. I would have been with Echo a little bit sooner than what you did. Just so you know you're there to damage boost and those, what's it called? Okay, like stickies and stuff. Nice clear up though. I can't fault your damage boost. Your damage boost is really, really great, kind of say. Like, your damage boost usage is like honestly some of the best basically. Like you know kind of like when you use damage boost, obviously I would recommend kind of flicking it on a little bit more than what you're doing. That should have been a cancel GA just behind the box. We need to keep an eye on our Echo, by the way, just in case she wants to keep on attacking the... Okay. Okay, let's talk about this. So, we're with Echo. Okay, we're flying with Echo. Oh, but we see the map, okay? At this point, you cancel your GA and you play on the stairs. Play around here. In fact, let me play in this view so I can show you guys like where I'd be, okay? So... Play around here, play around here, play around here. Okay, Echo's back top. Okay, that's fine. We could do like a wall bounce or something. Get yourself back here. Okay. At this point, you've completely lost track of your Echo, and I can tell, right? Try to always make sure that you know where your Echo is. This will mean by constantly just like looking around and flicking about and stuff like that. Because one lack of concentration with you just kind of like drifting off like this is the reason why you end up dying here. Because you completely lose track of your Echo. You need to be keeping track of your Echo like all the time. Echo is like probably one of your best escape like choices, because obviously, you know, she'll like can be up in the air and you get some like really like nice and funky cover by like, you know, GAing to her and stuff like that. So just try to always keep your eye out for her so we don't end up being picked off like this, okay? But see how your team end up doing without you in this kind of like first team fight, so obviously we're gonna have to respawn. Then we just have the very long walk back, so obviously it's Flashpoint, and Flashpoint just decides, oh yeah, we're just gonna like, you know, put the spawns absolutely ages away. I think I just saw your soldier teabag someone, kind of say. Okay, ping the Mei here. Okay, you're not going to win this 1v1 in like a normal Master Zombie, right? You're not going to win this 1v1. I would literally just ping the Mei and say something like, oh, group up. Like if I'm in VC and stuff like that. I was getting yelled at for damage boosting. But your damage boost is fine, Venus. And ironically, your damage boost is the best part about you, about how you're playing right now. Oh, okay. The issue that you have right now, Venus, is actually your positioning. Because you know when to damage boost, which is really, really great. And you could definitely flick it a tiny bit more. I was told to heal more. Right. Are your team falling over a lot of the time? Yes. But is it because of your damage boost? No. It's because you're not present in the team fights because of our positioning. That's where we're having the issue. Yes, it is a lack of healing, but it is because that we're not there all the time. So this one, obviously we end up getting frozen in the ultimate because we end up kind of like flicking about. Like, basically, I don't really like how you entered here because obviously you're trying to help the Moira, okay? You could do this by just cancelling your GA and then play around here because you could tell, obviously, at the time, your whole team were kind of like playing around this bit and stuff like that. So I think definitely cancel your GA and then just play around here. Oh, there's a, what's it called? A blizzard. Oh, it gets my soldier. Can I help my soldier in this blizzard? Nope, because there's like 4 people that decide to, you know, go and crowd him and stuff like that. Okay, I have to go and damage boost someone else to try and get rid of them so I can get a safe res towards the end. But we should have definitely just once again played off this point. It's like the same thing again where we don't need to be on this point. We're doing this random super jump up where we don't need the cover, right? We know there's no cover. Cancel your GA, play this very nice cover, and just stay off the point for a second. Help yourself evaluate the situation because obviously you've just come into it. And just play off this side, basically. I was in team chat and had to mute my soldier. Yeah, if people do start shouting your abuse at you and stuff like that, I think definitely muting is the best thing. I had a match actually last stream that I did where someone was like being really abusive to me. It was in like obviously the main game chat, so someone on the enemy team. Best thing to do was just mute it or like turn it off or something like that, just so you don't need to hear it. Okay. And then afterwards, especially if they've said like some, you know, things that are like bannable and stuff like that, make sure you report to them as well. Can't do 50 soldier. This is the guy that was flaming you. The guy that runs in front of his tank into 5 people. This is why you should never ever care about other people's opinions in this game. Because yes, you have made mistakes. However, you're also going to make mistakes yourself like this, okay? You 100% need to focus on your own performances and stuff. And this isn't you, by the way, Venus. This is like at your soldier. Because, like, what's it called? That is not the play, let's just say. So it was boosted and trashed. Honestly. Like, when he performs stuff like nice damage boost on the slam down, by the way. Really nice. Nice. Oh. Okay. I like this movement here. Let me quickly go back, okay? I like this movement though. This is really, really great. We'll stop talking about the soldier for now because this can be a little bit off topic, okay? So Koala gets his soldier because he decides to 1v5, okay? Nice GA away. Really, really nice. Lovely slam down. Really nice, okay? We flick. Okay, I like this how we try to get onto the Genji and stuff like that. This is completely fine movement by you, so obviously try and get him. And then, oh, we have to, we have to play away, because we can't get to him really, really confidently. That is completely fine. This GA to get to him is great. However, as you're doing so, try to think to yourself where the enemies are. So you have to think, okay, 3 of them went chasing after my ball, so we might need to peel for him for a sec. But we also have this BAP that's still in the point trying to shoot us. This is a complete fine rotation, but try to make it so you don't use Angelic Descent and you pop straight back down here. Because you leaving yourself up here is going to make you really vulnerable to the BAP and also like still allow you to take excess damage that you don't want. So it's a completely fine rotation. I love how you didn't panic and just, played it safe, played it around, and then you GA yourself on to try and help him. Really nicely played by you here, but just quickly flop yourself back down here, okay? And then I didn't really like this GA forward. Like, it's very much that all your team is okay right now because obviously the ball's managed to roll away and has been healed by Moira and stuff like that. I would actually just use, like, someone here to flick away. Like, so essentially, like, you would GA into, like, your Moira or something and then flick away to get yourself around here. So that you can still, like, have this piece of cover. So you're still, once again, you're using that cover against the BAP. And you can also, even, like, because at this moment, like, if you're trying to help damage boost this Echo, you're going to die. So, but you can actually still, damage boost this Moira. Like, yes, Moira doesn't get as much value as Echo, but in the scenario, it's better if you stay safe and damage boost the Echo, rather than you risking it all just to try and damage boost. Sorry, it's better if you stay here to, damage boost the Moira, rather than you taking the risk of trying to go in with the Echo and get yourself killed off. Okay? We'll keep going. See how your team end up doing. You end up using blades and rally, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be like another team fight loss for you guys, which is unfortunate. We just need like a nice like regroup or something right now. We need to go and help Soldier in a sec, so we're looking to try and GA to him as quick as we can. Never mind, he's okay, so now we need to try to look for ball. Can't do anything for ball. Still like try to help your Soldier here though. Like, you need to try and help to get your Soldier out here, but then we've just kind of abandoned him. Like, even though, yeah, okay, he's not been very nice and stuff like that, we have to also, we have to still be civil, and we have to be the bigger person and play with them, okay? Like, this happens a lot in comp, where people can be, like, extremely abusive and mean to you. But remember, it's the whole main objective is to still, like, win the game and everything. So even if you do not like this person at all, you still have to, like, play as a team and still play the team game, which is unfortunate, I know, and you probably do not like it, but it's something that we just have to, you just have to be the bigger person and, like, help them out, basically. We know that we can't res there because obviously May's there and everything, so we just need to back away. I'll be looking to get to your Soldier here so we can, like, get to the point quicker. Because what's going to happen is you and your Moira are going to take absolutely forever to get to this point compared to if you are with your Soldier here. And then we just need to be with Soldier to start getting some of these staggers to begin with.
Flashpoint unlocked.
Why are we rotating? We don't need to rotate here, okay? Like, if you look at this lovely area, are there any enemies around here? No. So if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? What I mean by that is essentially if you're not being forced to rotate by 2 key factors, either the enemies are pushing you or you need to move so you can still keep continuing to assist your team, you stay where you are, okay? You play here and you play back with your Soldier like this, and you could just play on this point. Like, you just play up here. Because you GAing yourself out here for no reason, just to GA, is going to put you at risk to this Genji, because this Genji, instead of going for your soldier now, thinks, hey, there's a Mercy that's just used a full, like, it was a slingshot as well, right? So that's a 2.5 second cooldown. Hey, this Mercy just did an entire 2.5 seconds. You're dead, okay? If you are safe, do not move. You are completely fine where you are, so you just don't need to move away from it. Nice, obviously, you know, we end up staying on point. We do need to cap it here, though, so I would start falling onto the point a little bit. Can't help all there. That's obviously we do end up kind of helping the Moira and everything. But you see how the enemy team are now starting to cap the point? We could have very easily, once the balls kind of like rolled through, drop down to this point to start capping it, because unfortunately this high ground doesn't cap the point. It's a bit like Oasis Gardens. You know how it has like the 2 stairs to go into like the upper like high ground of the point. And obviously you can't contest point on there. It's like that, so you can't beat. This is like not point. This is point, okay? So we definitely, as soon as the team was cleared up, we wanted to try and like contest this basically. Nice kill though for your soldier, that's completely fine. Nice damage boost. Nice, I'd still keep damage boosting him though, because obviously his fires is still up. We have just done like 6 or 7 of these GAs that we didn't need to. Let me quickly go back. Okay, that one I can kind of understand, because obviously you didn't know whether like the Mei was gonna like, keep rushing back. Like, that's fine. This one is fine to go back to your team. At this point now, just stay where you are, because all of these GAs afterwards are just completely unnecessary, and they will like get you picked up and stuff like that, right? At this point, okay, I am safe. I could just stay where I am. I could play here, and I can just sit here and damage boost. Obviously, I would damage boost visor up until your Ashe decides to drop, because then at that point, obviously, Ashe is the one that's going to go contest the Rhine and contesting points, so you want to have your blue beam onto her. So I would just maybe like do a GA cancel to here and damage boost my Ashe here, so the Ashe can obviously, you know, pressure out the Rhine that's currently like pinning away and stuff. Then, obviously, when it gets a little bit further away, you can then go back up to your soldier to try and help that. I'm going to do it once again. I'll do it kind of like from where I would play. So I would still be stood up here with my Moira. I'd be kind of like still looking here. Oh, I can hear the Mei. Okay. Then you rotate here. Or you can like rotate down or something like that. But I think your best rotation here is to play here and then like start crouching down here or something like that, okay? Because you end up GAing into the Mei and then you panic and then you GA back out, okay? Because you just made this unnecessary rotation at this point when you don't need to. So stay here until, oh, I hear the Mei. Then you rotate away, okay? You see how this is like my little saying of like, if you're safe, stay in that space. You can just stay and stand here and be as effective as you have been just playing here up until I'm not safe anymore. Bam, GA yourself away, okay? Just so we can avoid using that GA cooldown. Obviously, Ashe ends up falling, which is unfortunate. We don't need to rotate to Moira here because she's completely full HP, and Soldier can do like just a good job, if not better, at getting this Mei rather than your Moira, especially because the Mei's just dropped, okay? So I think I would still definitely start damage boosting your Soldier a bit more here. Same thing again with the random rotation. Oh, this time it's meant to catch us out. And they end up using the rotation because we end up using our Valk because of our poor positioning again. Nice damage boost there though, that was really nice. Nice damage boost here, this is really good. Nice. Go and help your ball though, because obviously your ball's still going to be in a little bit of trouble. So at the end of this Valk, definitely try to kind of, go and try to help your ball out. Maybe go and damage boost the ball while, you know, it's trying to get past the Rhine shield and stuff. You need to be kind of like pushing forward, like to help out with the Rhine here, basically. But other than that, I don't like the Valk because we end up using the Valk out of reactionary because, oh, we've made a bad, like, movement thing because we end up in the Genji. Let's quickly Valk, okay? This is, like, and that's been basically all your Valk so far. It's just been reaction stuff of, like, I've had a bad position, okay? Valk is so much more effective if your whole team is ready and raring to use it, okay? I like how you're leaving the healing here for your Moira, but I would definitely still be, like, trying to heal your Ashe here. Because yes, even though your Moira does need the ult charge, you also need the ult charge. Once again, it's these random rotations that we just don't need to be doing. Like, we can just stand still where we are. Okay, we haven't adjusted ourselves accordingly at this point, okay? Because it is, once again, it's like your random GAs. It's like, it feels weird because it feels like that you completely have a disarray of like where the enemies are. Like you kind of like just play about and think, yeah, everyone will move for me kind of thing. You have to play scared, right? So, okay, we see May and we see May. We've just seen May go through here and then we've just seen Bab. How are we gonna work around this? We need to reposition ourselves for us to be safe rather than trying to help our soldier. Because this is completely your soldier's fault for dying here. You cannot do anything to outdo it. You can't do anything to help him here. Because you back off to play around here. Because you know May's coming. You know Bap's coming. We know as well Bap hasn't used window in a while. So he's going to window. So we backwards GA. Really nice. We now, okay, as obviously the window gets popped up, we play our cover. Thingy dies, okay, that's fine. That's not our issue, because obviously he's just died. At this point, we're a little bit stuck because we're very much like, okay, what can we do? We can actually back down here. Like, yes, it's a long rotation, but this is the most safe one that we can do right now to get back to your team, like, safely. You can, like, because what's it called? Because, obviously you don't want to, like, peek the window and everything, so your best bet is just to rotate down here, and then, obviously, you can help from, like, underneath and stuff like that. It will be a long rotation, but it's better for you rather than like, you know, what's it called, just like being out in this open bit again, because we do end up GAing into the window, which is not the best. Nice heals onto Ash though. Okay, quick thing with these, like with this point, by the way. Unfortunately, when orbs get stuck down here, you have to be like down here to get it. And it's because with like the new Overwatch 2 maps, there are so many textures on it to obviously make them more detailed and stuff. But at the same time, it makes it so awkward for like where you want to like res and stuff like that, basically. So with reses like this, you can't do it even like safely either too much unless if like you're crouched, which you can't do when you're resing and stuff. So I like the idea with the res, do not get me wrong, but I think it's just a bit of a map knowledge where we can't res here. Okay? But it's nice. I would not res it though. That is really, really risky of you, okay? As soon as you see where you can res from, you have to think to yourself, okay, this is in LOS of all 5 of them, okay? This is not a res opportunity. We should have actually realized that when we couldn't res here, okay? This is not a res opportunity. We just need to play with our ball. At this point, I would just hard pocket our ball, let him slam about and do whatever he needs to, you know, like just to stall out the point. Because right now, like, this is what, like, you could have basically got yourself killed by just doing that res, okay? Nice. Obviously, help him fall. We're safe up here, aren't we? So we don't need to keep on touching him. Because remember, we're not stalling the point or anything because they've already recapped it. Just stay up here. Nice GA away once we know we're in danger and stuff. Just a bit of map knowledge again, not knowing the, what's it called, where we can't go. At this point, we now need to think to ourselves, okay, what's more important? Helping my ball or helping the people on point? And it's here helping the people on point. So as soon as you see this ball roll away, you have to think of the bigger picture and think, okay, who do we need to help? We need to help Moira, okay? Sadly, we do end up, you know, falling. Obviously, we end up falling over. Is what it is. And we go again. So we'll just walk forward to the next spawn, basically. We've got ourselves a life weaver instead of Moira again, which is obviously, you know, better for the healing in my opinion, especially with the ball and everything. I feel as though Moira doesn't really synergize too great with ball. But it is what it is. Obviously we need to, so we see where the Rhine is. Nice ping, but don't spend your entire life trying to ping, right? Just either, like, if you get the ping off, great. If you don't, okay, at least you know in your mind where it is and we're not hanging about with the pin. Really, really great. We really, like, narrowly avoided that. We should have been more around this cover here. Like, essentially what should have happened is obviously we do the ping. Oh, it's not come after us. Okay, that's fine. We can use this cover here. And we just jiggle peek. Oh, fire strike. Okay, we stand back for a sec. And then we can go back in, okay? Because this was very risky for you getting picked off by a 2, like, fire striked Rhine, okay? Anyway, nice, obviously, onto your soldier. Just once again, with this rotation, you don't really need to do it. Like, you could very much just stand here and just wait for, like, your balls to come, like, in and out and stuff like that, okay? Same thing again where you don't need to be on the point here, I don't feel like. Because your ball's on it, yeah. Nice rotation obviously up to Ashe and everything. The same thing again with like where you're kind of like positioned. This one's a little bit of a hard one because obviously if you've got DPS up on this high ground, you have to be like all the way over here or like all the way over like the other side and stuff to be like safe and stuff. So I'd actually recommend, especially if you want to play with your Ashe a little bit more, play down here and just be like keep flicking like this, right? Because then you can obviously keep an eye on your Ashe, keep an eye on the guys on point as you're going past, obviously you can see the team fight, and then you're checking your flank angle, okay? Because obviously we don't want to be flanked by like the Mei or like flanked by like Genji or anything like that essentially. So just play down here because it's a little bit safer for you to play up there. I like the Valk, but we've done it too early, okay? This is your best Valk, Venus, 100%, but we've done it a tad bit too early, okay? Because the enemy team haven't engaged into us yet, okay? I would wait until it looks like the enemy team are like going to be really aggressive into us before we go for this Valk, okay? So we're playing with Ashe, which is completely fine, really, really nice. Okay, our ball is still above half HP right now. He does not need us. We can literally just keep standing up on here, or we can like obviously play down here and stuff like that. We can basically play our cover, do whatever we want to, basically like play cover, basically play somewhere nice, okay? And then as we see this team, like, because what's gonna happen is obviously the ball will like roll through these guys and stuff like that. Then when they start aggressing onto the ball, then we could pop our Valk. I feel as though we popped it a tad bit too early. Same thing, we just need to use our cover a tad bit more because right now we're just flying up to the skybox with it. And then we're flying into like, what's it called? Windows again, okay? We need to be really mindful of our cover, be using these, crouching up and down behind these barriers and stuff. Like, just basically play how you would normally, but with extra long beams in Valk, and use that to your advantage by playing some like better cover, like being able to like play up here rather than like on the floor. You can also like, you know, play back here, you can play like around here essentially, because we've just GA'd in front of a window, which we never ever want to do as Mercy, okay? Nice peel though, we need to peel for Lifeweaver though. Because I feel as though that was like a little bit of a random GA without purpose. We should have used that GA though to help Lifeweaver and stuff, and then kind of like just drop down to the point. I don't like this rotation either, which is what you've just done, which I'll quickly rewind to now. So this is like middle of Valk. So yeah, can you see how we're just like, how long you end up staying in this window for? There's a good like couple seconds there where we could have very easily just been tracked by the BAP and picked off, okay? That's what will happen if you end up climbing a little bit more into like the GMs and stuff like that. You cannot be making your Valks up and just around like this, because there will be a DPS BAP that will just shoot you down basically with the window, okay? So we need to be able to use them covers. Nice damage with Slam though, okay? I like how you end up seeing that obviously, oh yeah, like, you know, needs to be going back to Soldier peeling for these guys, but we completely missed the main scenario, which is to help our Lifeweaver. So I will literally do this and then cancel my GA here, so I'm here, which means I'm also out with the LS of the ball. We also know that these guys are not really using window anymore because the ball's rolled through it, so it's actually okay for you to position there now. And then it's this GA, right? If ball is like above full HP, above half HP even, let him do his thing. Like, when I'm playing with ball, unless if he comes to me or he's like nearby to me, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go and get him, because he has probably one of the biggest like health pools in the game. He also has like shields and armor. He has like everything basically. He can have the whole world if he wants to, right? So he has so much survivability and sustainability that you do not need to be J'ing yourself in to go and try and help him. He is completely fine. You can just stay up here, because what's gonna happen is the Mei's gonna start going for your soldier and stuff now. We should have just stayed around here, let Ball do his thing, and we contest the Genji and we contest the Mei. Because we end up putting ourselves in like a weird scenario, and then obviously we're trying to race around. You can see how we've let our soldier die now because we haven't had the LOS of him, because we've been too busy trying to peel for this ball, which doesn't need our help. Okay? We need to be kind of like, look at our target priority here and making sure that we're just GAing to people that need the help, rather than just randomly. See, nice peels onto Lifeweaver. The same thing where we're not looking where the enemies are. Damage boost. Nice damage boost here. You can't res because obviously we've just used it. Make sure that before you like look to try and get a res, bear in mind we could like maybe do a super jump res up onto the top bit here, by the way, if we wanted to, because I think the orb is like around here, right? So we could do res up to here. because bear in mind these two like melee heroes, so they're gonna really struggle to get to you if you do it up here. But just obviously make sure that we don't have that res online before we try to go for the res. Nice. Obviously go around healing people now. That was your best bit of damage boost yet, by the way. Really, really great. Just make sure people are topped up though, because obviously we don't have our other support. Now you're trying to call people back. Just be using that GA to try and get to your echo still. Like, don't just give up on trying to get to your echo. Nice. Make that cancel GA so you can just like fling about on here. It's a lot safer. That's how you just peel back, so obviously you don't really have any more options. I'm winning it. So overall, like, Venus, okay, let's start with the positives. I love your damage boost usage. I feel as though there were certain little times we could flick it on time a bit more, but other than that, like, you really understand the concepts of damage boost and when to damage boost. Like, we even damage boosted people that are, like, below half HP, sorry, like, not below half HP, but, like, you know, missing a bit of HP and stuff like that, which is completely fine, like, especially if they're going to be safe and stuff like that. Really enjoyed that from you. I think the majority of your reses, apart from the one on the Ash, on the weird, like, bridgey point, I feel as though all your reses though were quite good. Like, I enjoyed your reses, they were good. Okay, Valks, obviously we talked about. With the issue with the Valks is because I can't really look too much at them apart from the last one, which you did a tad bit too early, because all the rest of your Valks were reactive Valks, which is what we bring on to now. Okay, we need to work on our positioning, Venus, 100%. Like, you know how to use Mercy's kit. Like, you know how to use the slingshots, you know how to use like all your GAs and everything. It's very adamant, you know, it's very not adamant, it's very like, you can see it very clearly, basically, that you know how to do that, basically. So obviously, you know, completely fine that you can do all that, basically. So the main thing is just essentially we just need to be working on that positioning, making sure that we are staying within that cover and playing our natural cover, because remember, natural cover is our absolute best friend, and stay there, and then just don't move from it, unless if obviously like your team need help, or like you end up getting pressured out yourself, in which case then you can rotate. Okay, but just stay where you are, play that safe cover, and play your natural cover. But other than that, Venus, honestly, a very, very strong game. Obviously, the damage boost is really, really great. We just need to be working on that survivability, work on our positioning, because if we work on that positioning, we die less, we're able to heal more, and then we don't get shouted at. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone on Twitch as well as on YouTube that have been watching this. Once again, you guys can get your own VOD reviews, leave your 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!